You're going to edit this part out, right? So we have the ability to broadcast a forum topic on our forum. And what that does is, for users who haven't read that particular topic, it basically just puts it at the top of the forum list. It gets a little special like UI treatment. There's a little bullhorn, icon next to it, little outline around it. Just basically calls it out just a little bit. But yeah, so like broadcast came out of our need because we have some big city problems on Meh, where, or as you like to say, meh. What's that?
Do you like to say?
You do like to say. Some bigger city problems where we needed to be able to sort of cut through the noise with some more official type posts of like, hey, we're rolling out this feature, or hey, this thing has changed that you might want to know about, and we wanted that to sort of be elevated a little bit. Like we don't want to necessarily like take over the website and like put it up like on a billboard or like I guess another common pattern would be like put up a light box like pop-up that you got to click through to enter the site to see what we're selling for the day. Like we didn't want to be too intrusive, and I wrote about this on the website when we were rolling out the feature as well. Like we also didn't want to necessarily do it in the same way that it has been done in the past, which is the sticky concept that you see in a lot of forum software.
You don't like sticky?
No, I don't like sticky. It's Luke, one of the other co-founders, he likes to say like something happened, a sticky did something bad to you in your childhood or something. Not necessarily that the concept is flawed, but I think every forum that I've ever seen them be used on, it's like they're just abused. And I just don't feel like that's a particular like appealing first experience for new people coming in, where we're like shouting at you like you're all the
most important today.
Yeah.
The rules of the forum.
Rules of the forum. And usually like a lot of meta discussion, and I sort of have another hatred of a lot of another gripe about meta discussion sort of in general.
So it's smarter than a sticky in that it goes away if you look at it.
Right, because if in like another gripe that I would have about stickies is that most forum software I don't think has or they're not utilizing in the sticky aspect. Like I've read the post about the rules, or I've read whatever you're trying to get me to read. I've read it. You don't need to continue to tell me to read it over and over and over again. Like I think that's just sort of.
It's the most important thing.
It's not the most important thing 100 times over, We're sort of like, we like to keep your place in the conversation and give we sort of like make the topics that have activity that you haven't read. We try to like make those a little bit bolder subtly, but you can at least sort of follow along because there's a lot of activity going on and a lot of topics on Meh. And so since we have that ability, I felt like that was a good tool in our toolbox to sort of apply to this broadcast, because it's like, oh, well, you have already read this thing. We don't need to keep shouting at you to read it again. So what we did was we put in place some rules in the software so that we weren't even tempted to sort of work around those. And I say these rules, I mean, rules with air quotes, I guess, because we could change these at any point in time as we see different patterns emerge or we need to change it. But at this point in time, you can only broadcast one topic at a time. Another rule that we put in place that wasn't software enforced, it's just sort of convention based, is that we don't want to broadcast only bad news. Like, I don't think there's probably some psychological effect if it's always like, and we messed up the shipping again, or we sent out the wrong product, or the site was down, and this is our reflection on why it went down. So
we want to be like the most meta conversation ever, but the first broadcast was like, true. Hey, check it out, we have this broadcast.
It is true. Yeah, it is true. And we need to do another one. Maybe it should be this post about me talking about broadcast. That's ridiculously meta. Yeah, so I think like limiting the duration and limiting the number or the duration and limiting the number or the frequency of broadcast. I mean, that's all designed around the one goal of like, we don't want to be shouting at our users all the time. That still might be a reasonable idea, but hear that plane taking off?
Is it playing?
Yeah.